Welcome to the fifth module of the course, Information and Communications Technology. The title of this module is Applications of ICT in Education. By the end of this module, students should be able to explain several forms of incorporating ICT in the teaching and learning process. And as a bonus context, students should be able to reflect on ChatGPT in education. To get started, an application of ICT in the teaching and learning process is online learning. What we should be aware of is the fact that the information age clearly makes new demands on the teaching and learning process, requiring radical changes in what and how people learn. Many educators believe that computers and information technology are essential parts of these changes. Many of the primary and secondary schools have now introduced computer studies and information technology as school subjects in Nigeria. Students and teachers are using information technologies in a variety of ways to learn, and ICT has provided new and innovative ways for students to learn and for teachers to teach. Some of the key applications of ICT in education are what we are going to consider in this lesson. One of them being the online learning. What is this all about? Online learning or e-learning, or you can call it distance learning, is a form of education that utilizes technology and internet to deliver instruction and educational materials. Examples of online learning platforms are Coursera, Udemy, Khan Academy, edX, and massive open online courses. Online learning can take three forms. The first form, it could be synchronous. By synchronous, we mean both the student and the teacher will be online together at the same time. While for asynchronous, the student and the teacher will be online at different times. When the student are online, the teacher may not be online. And when the teacher is online, the student may not be online. In essence, the student will follow a recorded instruction. The third form of online learning is self-paced learning, where all of the material is already online. You just go there and you enroll for the course, the assessment, everything is online, in which you might not even know who your teacher is or have an interaction with your teacher in self-paced learning. So it's a kind of asynchronous learning online platform. There are some benefits and drawbacks of online learning in education. So some of them we are going to look at. One of them being the greater flexibility in terms of when and where students can learn. The flexibility is there. Another one is the ability to access educational resources and take courses from anywhere, provided there is internet connection. Another benefit could be it could be more affordable than traditional classrooms or traditional schools, as there are often no commuting or housing costs associated with online learning. There are more options for students who may not be able to attend traditional schools due to location, disability, or other forms. As we have the benefits, we also have some drawbacks. One of them being lack of face-to-face interaction with your teachers or even your classmates. And then another one is the potential lack of structure and self-motivation. Okay, that may be required, but for some people, you may lack this motivation. And that one is a limited opportunity for hands-on training and experimentation, while the last one could be limited opportunities for networking with other students and professionals because everything is. Another application of ICT in education could be computer-assisted instruction. And here, it is a form of education that utilizes technology, specifically computers, to deliver instruction and educational materials to students. Computer-assisted instruction can be used to supplement traditional instruction, to provide additional resources and support, and to personalize instruction based on student needs. And some examples of computer-assisted instruction could be the interactive tutorials, intelligent tutoring systems, game-based learning. This is an interesting one. Here we're talking about serious games, okay? So for example, the main Minecraft or education edition. So this uses game-based scenarios to provide students with interactive and immersive learning experiences. Okay, there are some benefits and drawbacks of computer-assisted instruction in education. One of the benefits is personalization, that you can personalize your instruction. And that one is increased efficiency. Computer-assisted instruction can increase efficiency by allowing students to work at their own pace and by providing targeted instruction. Okay, another one is improve student outcomes. Computer-assisted instruction has been shown to improve student outcomes, such as test scores and graduation rates. Meanwhile, we can also identify some drawbacks, one of them being lack of human interaction. You may miss this flesh-to-flesh interaction with your colleagues or your students. Another one is technical difficulties. There could be technical difficulties, your internet may break down, your computer may be corrupted and stuff like that. And the last one is limited scope. Another application of ICT in education has to do with ebooks and digital textbooks. Okay, ebooks and digital textbooks are electronic versions of traditional printed books that can be accessed on a variety of devices, such as computers, tablets, and smartphones. And some examples of ebooks and digital textbooks platform, you can find them on the Kindle by Amazon, the Google Books, the iBooks by iPhone, the Kobo, and Nook by Barnes and Noble. This allow users to purchase and download and read ebooks on their devices. So there are some benefits of ebooks and digital textbooks. Some of these benefits are cost saving. So ebooks and digital textbooks are typically less expensive than the traditional printed books. I'm talking of original books, not photocopied books. The accessibility, ebooks and digital textbooks can be accessed from anywhere with an internet or even without an internet, it depends. Then you can search. It is easy to search through ebooks, unlike in traditional textbook where you have to flip through several pages. In ebooks, you just put a command and that will bring to you the search item. Okay, and that one is customization. You can customize your ebook, you can highlight it, you can make some notes on it. This is a little bit difficult with the traditional printed books. Then environmentally friendly. Now we want to save trees because the more you print books, the more you cut down trees. So with ebooks, we can. This is more environmental friendly. And again, there are some drawbacks of ebook. Limited offline access. There are some ebooks that are available only online. You cannot download them on your computer. That means if there is no internet, you cannot use them. And limited physical interaction. You cannot feel the book. You cannot flip over the books with your hand. You cannot feel the. Cannot have the kind of real experience, so to say, with the books because it is online. The limited access for people with visual impairment. Difficult for some people to read over the screen, so that may be a disadvantage somehow. Another application of ICT in education has to do with the deployment of collaboration and communication tools. So ICT provides a variety of tools for students and teachers to collaborate and communicate, such as email, instant messaging, and video conferencing. So these tools can be especially useful for students in remote and rural areas or for those who are unable to attend school in person, as they allow for communication and collaboration without the need of physical proximity. There are some examples like the Google Docs, the Google Drives, the Microsoft Teams, and so on and so forth. You can name them. We can identify some benefits and at the same time some disadvantages of these collaborative collaboration tools, like the fact that they increase accessibility, they increase flexibility, they increase efficiency. However, some drawbacks we can identify could be a lack of face-to-face interaction, technical difficulties, cyber security concerns, and so on. Then the last aspect of, the second to the last maybe, has to do with adaptive learning. Is an application of ICT in the teaching and learning process. For adaptive learning is a form of education that utilizes technology to create personalized learning experiences that adapt to the needs of individual. Okay, so this can be done through the use of learning management systems, which can track student progress and provide feedback, as well as through the use of adaptive learning software, which can adjust the difficulty level of educational materials to match the student abilities. Some examples of these adaptive learning platform could be assessment and learning in knowledge spaces. They call it Alex, and the Kennedy Learning Cognitive Tutor. So we have some benefit, and at the same time we have some disadvantages of ICT, of adaptive learning, personalization. In fact, this is why it is even made. It can also increase efficiency. It can improve student learning outcomes, and we can also identify lack of human interaction as a drawback, technical difficulties, and limited scope. Okay, the second to the last aspect of this note has to do with data analysis and reporting in education. So ICT can be used to collect, analyze, and report on data in education. This can provide valuable insight into students' performance, which can be used to improve or inform instruction and improve student learning outcomes. Some examples of this could be the learning management system, so like the Blackboard, the Canvas, and so on. At the same time, we also have student information system, the exam logic, the Power School in Infinite Campus. So if I were you, I will go through this note once again and search internet for more information about them. Then the other one we can mention data visualization tools like your Tableau, your ClickView, Microsoft PowerPoint BI, and so on and so forth. These are all tools that we use in education that help us to analyze data and report data that's to do with teaching and learning process. We have some benefits which we can identify. We also have some disadvantages as well. As for the benefit, we can mention improved decision making, increase efficiency, improve accountability. While for the drawbacks, we can mention privacy concerns, technical difficulties, as well as limited scopes. The last aspect of is a brief introduction to Chat GPT. This is the latest technology that has the potential of revolutionizing the teaching, learning, and assessment in education. And the full meaning is a generative pre-trained transformer. Chat GPT is a text-based technology tool that can provide real-time constructive computer-generated responses to user queries. So it was launched as a preview version in November 2022, where the developers seek public reviews and feedback for possible improvement on the technological tool. ChatGPT is a freely available software, and you can find it in this website over there. Okay, for the benefit of what can you do with ChatGPT, you can do a lot of things with it. As a teacher or teacher in training, you can use ChatGPT to prepare your lesson plan. Just use some prompt that will allow you to do this. You find it very interactive and easy. At the same time, you can also use it to create assessment tasks. You can ask ChatGPT to create some questions for you. You can instruct it to generate for you different kind of questions, the multiple choice, the essay, open-ended questions, and so forth. Depend on the content generated. Okay, you can give it a content to learn. After that, to ask it to generate assessment tasks based on the content that it has learned. Then, as a teacher or teacher in training, you can also use it for your research. On a graduate project and assignment, this can be done easily. You can get some help there. You can use ChatGPT to enhance your language skills, even for poem writing, if you are interested in doing that. And ChatGPT will definitely save your time. Okay. For the drawbacks of ChatGPT in education, we can mention the fact that it is text-based. Unfortunately, you cannot ask it to generate pictures, or you can ask it to interpret pictures prompts. At the same time, it can produce wrong answers. You must be very careful of this. The answers you get from ChatGPT may not necessarily be correct, so you have to use your initiative to see what is correct from what is not correct. Then it makes plagiarism and the academic cheating easy, because people can easily go there without any reference, copy people's work and present as if it is their own. This you should avoid. Then it could perhaps brings about negative influence on critical thinking. All right, and cost implication could also be a drawback soonest, because as soon as the preview version is over, the developer may ask you to pay for using ChatGPT. I hope you learned something. This a little bit longer video than what we usually do, but I hope it worth it. Thank you.